Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and email some images, and what I want to do first is create a found set, because I don't want to email the entire database. I don't want to send somebody all 20 records or all 200 records or however many records you have. You just want to send a few. So the first thing I'm going to do is a search. I'm going to look for, say, some interiors, because I have a friend who said they were interested in them. I can view them as a list. And I know that I just want to send a couple. I want to send this one and this one and this one. So I've just created 3 records with the quick list. I click the View Quick List button, which isolates those 3. And I can return to inventory. And I might be happy with the ordering of them, or I might decide that I want to put them in a custom order. For instance, I want this one to be number 1, so I can enter that as number 1, and then this one to be number 3. And let's make this one be number 2, and then click the Sort Found button, and what it does, it puts them in that custom order. So we've got the first one, the second one, the third one, and that's how I want to email them. So the next thing I want to do is use the found set actions of email images, and so I click that, and I have the option to cancel, which will just make it so we're doing nothing, or I can send just the current record, or I can click all, and that'll send the entire found set. So I'm going to go ahead and use all. And it asks if you want to include the frame dimensions and the price. I'm going to say, sure, why not? And the frame dimensions for this one. And the frame dimensions for this one. But this particular image has multiple images. It says extra images. And I say, yes, I do want to include those. I could also say no, and it would just be the 3 images. So what that does is generates this, this text box here, where you can then adjust as much content as you like. So I can make an introduction, and you add a subject, and one thing we're going to want to do is preview the message. So you click the preview message button, and this opens up a preview, and it shows you the text you've written and the images as they're going to be received. So you see the first 2, and then the following is the alternate image. Now, this particular image was the current primary image. It ends up being the first when you have a group. Alternate images are included below that. So I can close this window, and I might decide I want to adjust that a little bit more down here. So I know that I can roll down to this this section, and you see where it says placeholder. We can swap this piece out. So I can cut that text. So I can select it, and Command X cuts it, and I can swap up to the place where I want it to be here. Command V pastes it, and I can take the other one and cut that down and adjust the spacing as I would like it, and I'll paste this in here. And then now when I preview the message, again you'll see that this is swapped the locations of that. So the image that I wanted was in this particular order. So that's how that works. The next thing we want to do is import our recipients. I could just type the person's address right here, but because I have them in the context, I want to go ahead and use them from here. So I could go a quick find for them. So I'm going to browse for my friend Shelly and to perform find, and that finds the one person. When I go back into my email, I do import recipients, and it brings their email address right over. It's always a good idea to include yourself in the BCC field, just so you know that you're seeing what they're seeing. So I'm going to go ahead and click this button, and it brings it over here. Then when you press send, it'll go to them. Just as another example, if I want to send it to a group of people, I'm going to go ahead and delete these out of here. If I go to my contacts, I might do a find for a particular set of people. So I could say my local list, or for instance, galleries and in San Francisco. And that brings up 4 people. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to omit this person because I don't need to send them this particular image. And now I'm going to go ahead and send it to these 3 people. So I go back into email and click the import recipients. Now what it does is it asks if I want to send the entire found set or all of them, or a single one, sorry. I could choose just the current record with the 1 button, and that would be the record that I happen to be in, or all is the entire found set of 3. So I'm going to go ahead and click all, and what that does is it brings them into the BCC field so that they can't see themselves. You can always add yourself to the BCC field. Some email clients or some email services don't like to have an empty to field, so you could send this to yourself as a way to receive it, and that the BCC doesn't actually see who it's going to. So that's how email works.